Hi guys, Big Dave here. I'm at Cuesta College. I'm going to do the slideshow for you guys, for my COS students also, of course. The first part of your assignment asks you to explain how clouds form. First of all, to make clouds, you have to make the air rise. As the air rises, it cools off. And if we can cool the air off below the dew point temperature, we can get condensation onto little particles called condensation nuclei, and we can form clouds. So there are three ways to make the air rise, expand, and cool. The first way is called convectional uplift. Convectional uplift is usually caused by surface heating. Late in the afternoon, possibly, the ground might get really warm on a hot day. The air above it gets warm. That air will then rise. As it rises, it cools off at the dry adiabatic lapse rate first, and then maybe it reaches the dew point temperature. If we can make the air continue to rise, it will continue to cool off at the wet adiabatic lapse rate until we get condensation onto small particles called condensation nuclei, and then we have clouds. A second way to make clouds is called convergent uplift. That's when two air masses come together. Then the air is forced to rise. It could be cold air converging with warm air. In that case, the warm air will rise, and it will cool off, right, below the dew point temperature ideally, and we'll get condensation onto nuclei and form clouds again. A third way is called orographic uplift. That's when air is forced into a mountain range. As the air hits the mountain range, the air is forced to rise. As it rises again, it will cool off below the dew point temperature potentially, and then we'll have clouds again. So three ways to make clouds, three ways to make the air rise, expand, and cool would include convectional uplift, convergent uplift, and orographic uplift. So I also asked you to briefly describe the 15 types of clouds that I'm going to show to you in this slideshow. So I'm going to show you a few examples of each. So what you're looking at right here, these are called cirrus clouds. They're kind of high, thin, and wispy. They're generally made out of ice crystals. Okay, another example of cirrus clouds right here. And another example of cirrus clouds. Again, high, thin, and wispy would be my description. You can describe them another way if you would like to. Okay, again, cirrus clouds with the little wisp at the end right there, a little curlicue. Okay, these are called cirrocumulus clouds. So these are high clouds also, and they have a little bit of vertical development to them. So cirrocumulus. Again, on this side of the slide would be cirrocumulus. This would be straight cirrus. Okay, again, this would be some cirrocumulus development here. Again, these are high clouds. So this is the second type of cloud that I'm showing to you, cirrocumulus. Okay, this is the third type of cloud. This is called cirrostratus. So with this type of cloud, you would easily see the sun and the moon through the clouds, and you would be able to see a lot of shadow on the ground. So cirrostratus. This is cirrostratus again. Okay, this would be a cloud called altocumulus, a separate type of cloud. So I call them like puffy gray masses. Okay, this is also altocumulus. Also altocumulus, good example. And more altocumulus, so like gray puffy masses, that's how I describe them. Okay, also altocumulus. Okay, this is more altostratus. This is a different type of cloud. You might see a little bit of shadow on the ground. You might be able to see the sun and the moon just a little bit through these. Okay, this would be probably altostratus also, kind of bordering on altocumulus in some places right here. Okay, altostratus again. Okay, this is called stratocumulus. This is a different type of cloud. I call it a low lumpy cloud layer. Again, low lumpy, this would be the stratocumulus cloud. Okay, more stratocumulus also. Okay, this is a straight stratus layer. Stratus cloud is what you're going to call this. It's like a uniform gray blanket. This is very common at the beach in the morning in June. There's more of it. This is down in Long Beach, actually, where Big Dave grew up. So this is a straight stratus layer. Okay, this would be called, another type of cloud, this is called cumulus of fair weather. More cumulus of fair weather has vertical development to them. And again, more, the flat base and the rounded top is very typical of cumulus of fair weather. It means the air is rising right here. Okay, cumulus of fair weather again, real pretty day. Okay, this is called cumulonimbus. Okay, these are the big, gigantic thunderheads that create thunderstorms. Okay, more cumulonimbus development. This was out in New Mexico. Okay, cumulonimbus again. Okay, this is over the Central Valley, up over the Sierra Nevada, cumulonimbus clouds. More cumulonimbus late in the afternoon in the desert, lots of convectional uplift going on here. And this is out, let me see where this is. I think this is out near the Grand Canyon at some point. The big anvil head up here, the jet stream blows the top of the cloud out, cumulonimbus clouds again. Okay, more cumulonimbus clouds. My favorite types of clouds, right? Cumulonimbus development here also. Okay, you don't need to write this one down. This is a visible electrical emission from a charged cloud. In other words, that's a lightning bolt. That's at the Grand Canyon. Okay, cumulonimbus clouds again. You can see where it is just probably pouring, a thunderstorm right there. Okay, these are called lenticular clouds, a different type of cloud. And these clouds tend to form on the leeward side of major mountain ranges. As the air going over the mountains goes into a wave pattern. At the top of the wave is where these lens-shaped clouds form, like floating pancakes. There are more lenticular clouds right there. That slide's a little dark, sorry. Okay, these are called mammatus clouds, and this is indicative of some pretty wild weather. You see these things like in Kansas in May. It makes me think of tornadoes. So these are the mammatus development right there. More mammatus development here. This was out in New Mexico one day I saw those. Okay, this is just showing you orographic uplift. This is on the island of Maui, and the air is rising right here in the trade winds. As it goes up, it cools off below the dew point temperature. Okay, now I ask you to list the three types of fog shown in the slideshow and how it forms. This is called advection fog. This was in Alaska. Advection fog forms when warm, moist air is blown over a colder surface, and that air is cooled below the dew point temperature. So there's condensation onto nuclei, and we get fog. The major difference between fog and clouds would be how it forms. So advection fog forms by making warm, moist air blow over a colder surface. Okay, more advection fog at the coast. It's a rolling or a moving fog. Okay, this was up in Alaska again. This is an advection fog. Warm, moist air being blown over a colder surface. This is the Great Central Valley coming down from Sequoia National Park. This is called a radiation fog. It's also called a valley fog, an inversion fog, a tule fog. You call it a bunch of crap if you got to drive through it, that's for sure. So radiation fog is a stationary fog. It's not like the coastal advection fog. This fog forms when the ground gets cold enough that it cools off the lower layer of the atmosphere below the dew point temperature. Again, there will be condensation onto nuclei. There's a lot of that in the Central Valley, things like dust and pollen and so forth. Okay, that's advection fog again. In this slide, I was on my way down from Sequoia National Park back down into Visalia. Okay, again, looks like the ocean out there, but that is radiation fog. Okay, radiation fog near the ground. Okay, and this is called steam fog. Steam fog forms like over lakes or rivers, maybe early in the morning, maybe late fall, when the water in the lake may be a bit warmer than the air above. So what happens is you get a little bit of evaporation off of the water and immediate condensation. So steam fog forms by a cycle of evaporation, immediate condensation. There's more steam fog right there. It's a rainbow. We won't worry about those right now, but beautiful nonetheless. That's a halo. Usually forms with cirrus clouds, refraction of light through ice crystals. Okay, now you're going to have a quiz right here. This is 4. So make a list from 1 to 10, and you tell me the names of these clouds. Do the best you can. I'll try to give you a few hints. So this is number 1. Write down what you think that type of cloud is, or those clouds are. Okay, what would that be right there? Let me tell you, you see a lot of shadow on the ground. Easily see the sun and the moon through that type of cloud. Okay, they look like some puffy gray masses to me. Okay, this, try to name this one. These are high clouds, I'll give you a hint. Okay, there's your next one. Okay, it looks a little wispy to me. That's an easy one. Hopefully you get this. This is Big Dave's favorite type of cloud. Okay, that's an unusual cloud we talked about maybe you might see in Kansas in May. And I'm at the beach in the morning. Okay, I'm on the leeward side of a major mountain range right here. Okay, that's number 10 right there. So list what you believe those 10 cloud types were, and go ahead and type it up. Turn it in as a Word doc. This is Big Dave signing out. Good luck on this, guys.